Ladies, I'm here on the show. I'm here to recap my second of 3 great NFL matchups here in this NFL Sunday. Here to talk about the Green Bay Packers beating the Houston Texans, 24-22 reaction. The no kicker Brandon McManus gets the win with the game-winning field goal after the Texans took the lead, but Jordan Love gone down to field goal range, and they end up winning. Tough loss for the Houston Texans. C.J. Stroud didn't play his best today. 10 of something. He was like 10 of 20 or something like that. The offensive line didn't play great for Houston today. C.J. Stroud got pressure on like 50% of his dropbacks. The O-line was really bad. I mean, I don't know. Because they settle for the field goal and give the ball back. It's kind of crazy to me. Because I just don't think a field goal was going to win it there. And not to mention throwing an incompletion on 3rd down because you saved the Packers that last time out. If you're going to kick the field goal, you run the football in that spot right there. You throw an incompletion, that lets the Packers have a timeout. So that was some bad coaching, I thought. Right there from Houston. Stephon Diggs really didn't do shit today. And Houston, they didn't play their best game and still had a chance to win this game. And they didn't fall apart. I mean, they lost by 2 in the last second and on the road. I mean, road games are tough to win, especially at Green Bay against Matt LaFleur. Hard to win games against that team on the road. They lost by 2. They were missing a lot of defensive starters. Jordan Love he threw 2 interceptions. He's really had trouble with the interceptions. But yes, Stephon Diggs, he's got to do more, man. He had like, what, 5 catches today? He had 5 catches, 23 yards. Really didn't do shit. I mean, it's not just the box score. He didn't do much out there today. I mean, it's just no way any scheme can be drawn up to get this man the ball. I can't blame if he starts bitching about them not getting the ball, but I don't know. I mean, Tank Dell didn't do anything either. I think he had, what did he do today? Oh yeah, 0 catches, 0 yards. He had 4 targets. Besides that 28-yard pass to Schultz and 15 yards to Stover and then 11 to Hutchinson, they really didn't do much today, man. The receiving, the offense really, outside of Joe Mixon, was kind of missing. And the Packers deserve this win, man. I mean, Texans really played to lose there late. They really deserved this sale with the terrible offensive showing on the day besides Joe Mixon. Passing on 3rd down that last series was horrible clock management. I'll say it again, man. Terrible management right there. Then not calling timeout when Packers had the ball to conserve the clock. It just felt like they kind of wanted to lose. I just can't wrap my mind around that. Packers burned their last time out there. You still kick the field goal. They have timeouts. Then the clock is 100% against them, and their play calling becomes significantly harder. Instead, it's significantly easier for the Packers there getting field goal range. Instead, you leave them too much time on the clock, and a timeout only down 1. Running out 3rd down, I feel like would have gave them the win. Even with how bad they played offensively, they could have won this football game. Not a winning mentality there late in the game. Just a conservative offense there late. And C.J. Stroud only had 86 yards today, and they still had a chance to win this game. They had a chance to win. But that offense was horrific to watch. But C.J. Stroud's Joe Mixon has 400 rushing yards and 5 total touchdowns. 3.5 games for the Texans. The guy's been playing out of his mind, man. Like but some stuff with the Texans they need to get better. Their secondary depth, they need to get more depth in that secondary. The interior, that offensive line needs to be better, and the tackling defensively needs to be better as well. But the Texans still have to win that game, man. They forced 3 turnovers in this game, and they lose. You force those turnovers, any game, you win a turnover battle 3-0. You gotta win those games. You have to win those type of games. But the Packers literally grabbed the Texans by the collar and begged them to stay in this game. The Texans were almost gifted a win by the Packers with the Packers' turnovers. Really kept the Texans in this game. The offense just never adjusted over the course of this game. They need a consistent pass rush, and they need to address the offensive line issues, all that. And the play calling, need to address those things. But at the end of the day, I wanted to point this out. Just a really great 2 games here. Recap: Lions, Vikings. Just that was a hell of a noon window, man. 4 damn good teams there, with Minnesota, Detroit, Houston, and Green Bay, man. 4 damn good teams with a hell of a opening window. Houston scored 3 in that first quarter. Won the first quarter 3-0. Second quarter was really fun to watch. Houston puts up 16 points in that second quarter. Green Bay puts up 14 points. So it's 19-14 at halftime. Green Bay takes a 21-19 lead in the third quarter. Houston then takes that field goal to take the lead, and then Green Bay hits one to win it. And Texans are up to 5-2. Packers improved to 5-2. Look, this was a 50-50 game. It could have went either way. I picked Houston, come up short. It was a tough game though to pick because I just thought Houston would play way better offensively. But this Green Bay defense, man, the pass rush was great. Joe Mixon really carried the freaking Texans, man. But the defense was great. I mean, a lot of pressure all day long. Eric Wilson had 2 sacks. McKinney had 1. Rashawn Gary had 1. So they sacked C.J. Stroud 4 times. They got a lot of pressure on him. At least 40-50% of his dropbacks he got pressured on. And then McManus with that field goal to win it. We're talking about Jordan Love here. 24 of 33, 220 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So, good last drive there by Jordan Love to get him into field goal range. Besides the interceptions, I thought he played a solid game and let him down there in that last drive to win it. Josh Jacobs, 12 runs, 76 yards, 6.3 yards per carry. What the hell is happening? He also had 5 catches, 16 yards, and a touchdown. I believe his first career receiving touchdown, believe it or not. Yeah, Josh Jacobs has been really good for Green Bay, man. And this was a hell of a game. 7 lead changes, ladies and gentlemen. Emmanuel Wilson, 5 runs, 11 yards. Romeo Doubs, 8 catches, 94 yards. He had a really big game. Under the radar game, he's been really impressive since returning from that 1-game suspension. Tucker Kraft, 3 catches, 33 yards, and a touchdown. Dontavion Wicks, 3 catches, 48 yards, and a touchdown. We talked about Josh Jacobs. Jaden Reed, 2 catches, 10 yards. It's just kind of crazy, man. I mean, the Texans, the Packers, I'm mentioning, -3 in the turnover margin. 8 penalties. You only had 85 rushing yards. 10 receiving yards from Jaden Reed. And you still won this football game. And that's a positive for the Packers side. Really good positive. Watson, 1 catch, 9 yards. Melton, 1 catch, 8 yards. And they improved to 5-2. Texans dropped to 5-2. Stroud, 10 of 21. 86 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. He got pressure on at least 50% of his dropbacks. And it felt like more than that. It felt like every time I looked up, he was running around. And the Packers are just so much more aggressive with Halfley because they couldn't block Rashawn Gary or Smith. But yeah, it just wasn't a great game from C.J. Stroud. They've really struggled in road games. Just their offensive line. Joe Mixon, 25 carries, 115 yards, 4.6 a carry, 2 touchdowns. Hell of a game from him. But Bobby Sloak was really good last year. This year he's kind of regressed from last year. But they've got the running back situation really good this year though. Schultz, 1 catch, 28 yards. Stephon Diggs, 5 catches, 23 yards. You didn't get much from Stephon Diggs. Xavier Hutchinson, 1 catch, 11 yards. Stover, 1 catch, 15 yards. Joe Mixon, 2 catches, 9 yards. You got nothing from Ogunbowale, nothing from Tank Dell. You got 2 yards from Pearson, 2 carries, 6 yards from Ogunbowale on 1 carry. Their defense played well. I mean, Settle, Hunter, Will Anderson Jr., they sacked Love 3 times. They had 2 interceptions. I thought both defenses played well. The Texans really sold an opportunity to win that game late. You know, throwing that pass, it's incomplete, and the Packers don't have to burn that final timeout. But yeah, hell of a game. Great back and forth game. That's really all I say here. 24-22. Packers win. Packers improve 5-2. Texans drop to 5-2. So that's all I say. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Till next time, have a lot. Peace. I'm not doing the NASCAR recap, but I will be back for Chiefs 49ers, and then I'll do the Dodgers recap later on tonight. Peace.